Listen, you know I cape for my alma mater as much as I possibly can. You know that.
No, not you.
Yeah. And if it wasn't for the free agency frenzy, I would definitely be talking about my college basketball team right now.
That's a good game.
I understand that we don't send winners all the time to the next level. And I understand that the Dallas Cowboys having issues with their defensive line and right up the middle and not being able to get the right mix there for quite some time of the names involved. The four-letter word in Dallas for that is taco.
Taco.
Charlton. That's the way I'm going. I'm not talking about chickening out or Tuesdays. I'm saying Taco Charlton.
Yeah.
Didn't work out, man.
Did not.
Didn't work out. And there's been a revolving door. And last year, out goes Micah because the handshake was the handshake, or it wasn't a handshake, or whatever the hell was going on with Micah.
Micah.
Out he goes. In comes Kenny Clark. Middle of the season, the Cowboys are like, you know what we're going to do? We're going to take some of this Micah stuff, and we're going to flip some of that capital for Quentin Williams.
Loved it.
Not a bad idea. Today, they went back into the Green Bay shopping center.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And they plucked Rashawn
The
Gary.
Green Bay Shopping Center.
Who one can absolutely say with certainty is no Taco Charlton. This Michigan Wolverine is a different story. And he has led Green Bay in sacks in 3 of the last 5 seasons. He leads the Packers with 46.5 sacks since drafted in 2019. 7.5 sacks in each of the last 3 seasons. He's one of a dozen players in the NFL with 7.5 sacks in each of their last 3 seasons. And the Dallas Cowboys have had only one player with 6 or more sacks last year. It was Jadeveon Clowney, who they plucked off the couch. This is what they need at that position.
Yes, sir.
You want pass rush? You got your pass rush.
Needed it.
And he and Kenny Clark know how to work together.
That's right.
Quentin Williams. Oh, my goodness. Are they making the right moves here?
Hey, BTB.
Bust the budget.
Am I wondering if they're making the right moves?
Seriously.
Yeah.
It seems though, right? We all said that this is what they needed to do. They had to historically horrible defense last year. We had to fortify it, and I'm liking the move so far, man.
Are you picking up what I'm putting down here? Which is they're making some moves here.
Some real moves.
There's one more move I'd like to see them make.
What, Trey Hendrickson?
Oh, baby.
Is that who you're talking about?
Yes, sir. But I like it. I like what we're doing.
I mean, basically what they've done here is in the last, one would say what? So since August, right?
Okay.
Dallas has traded away Micah Parsons and a 2027 4th-round draft choice.
Yeah, F them picks.
And have in return received a first in this year's draft, a first in next year's draft, Kenny Clark and Rashawn Gary. Let me ask you this. With each passing day, does it look better?
Yes.
With each passing day?
Couldn't look worse.
Taking baby steps.
Like Micah Parsons.
Sure, but
when's Micah coming back even? You know what I mean? Like, anything can happen. Sure. I'm just saying it, just looking at it. They flip Micah Parsons, get 2 ones. They take some of that capital. Also, Quentin Williams.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could add Quentin Williams to this list. Kenny Clark, Rashawn Gary. What if I told you, TJ,
yes,
on the day Micah Parsons was traded,
it was a dark day in my life,
and you refused to sign this document.
I was passed out on the floor.
The release of fandom, TJ Jefferson. You refused to do it. It is still a blank line.
Oh.
Nothing to notarize. You know why? Because we don't have a notary here.
Come on, Jay.
Right? It's still empty.
It's going to stay empty.
TJ Jefferson still has not signed it. But if I told you on this day and handed you a pen, and you were like thinking, I'm going to put pen to this paper. Damn, this whole business.
I probably thought about it for
Micah, okay, right? All of that.
I never did. I never turned my shit
You're
in.
going to get, at the end of the day, a first-round draft choice still in your pocket.
Yes.
Rashawn Gary, Kenny Clark, and Quinton Williams are on your defensive line.
And Jalen Thompson.
I take
You'd-
a low
you-
torch to that.
You would have agreed to the deal. Send him, right? You say send him.
At this point, yeah.
At that point, I'm just saying.
At that point, feelings were too heavily involved the day it happened.
I mean, you know what? You should do with your feelings is what Les Snead does with his pick.
Forget them.
To be very blunt, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is the side of the ball you need to figure out.
Yes.
And they tried for Max Crosby, and when they don't go for it because they don't want to give up 2-1s for him, they land Rashawn Gary for a 4th. Come on now,
Whole
man.
defensive coaching staff in there.
Right?
Man, it's just expectations now, man. But I got hope. And as we said earlier, as a fan, right, Chris, you just want to have some
All you
hope.
want is a little hope.
The Cowboys allowed the most points per game and passing yards per game in the NFL last year, and I don't think that's going to happen again.
I don't think so either, Rich. I don't
What they
think
did
so
on
either,
offense,
Rich.
I think is more repeatable. Dude.
I'm not going to do what everybody thinks I'm going to do.
Which is what?
Flip out and say we're into the Super Bowl.
No.
I'm not saying
No.
listen,
No.
I'm not
No.
saying that, but
Say it.
I'm
Don't do
saying
that
they
shit.
are going to be much better.
That's what we
were
say.
last year.
Oh, that's all
Baby
I-
steps.
That's all I can give you.
Bust the budget.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end.
We
Thanks for
made it
that.
all the
Check
way
us
to
out.
the end there. Let's pull this thing down. Well, hello, good people. Mark Holmes here at Joe Boo's Man Cave without Joe Boo. And it's been a crazy long ass day. And we did the live stream, of course, with my man Game Time Brian. Shout out to Game Time Brian and Primetime Phil, my co-hosts, that we will be live at the draft. And I am so happy that we did not trade both of our number ones for Max Crosby, because that would have made the draft trip ass because we would not have any picks on the first day or the second day. And it's like, why are we here? Because nobody stays for the third day. But I'm going to say I'm going to stay for the third day, because the Dallas Cowboys, on a day that we had so many things go right, where we thought we were going to get a 5th and a 6th round comp pick, we ended up getting the 6th turned into a 5th round. Oh, shit. So not only do we have 1 pick in the 5th round, not only do we have 2 picks in the 1st round, we have 3 mother humping picks in the 5th round, and we have a pick in the 4th round. So we got nothing right now on day number 2, but day number 3 is going to be busy early. Now let me say shout out to everybody who still actually wants to listen to me as long as I've been on here, because I see Nico in the house. What's up, Nico and Steven?
Your smile is like sunshine. That's why I had to dedicate at least one rhyme.
We got Help Miranda. What's up, Rhonda? You in the Batcave, girl?
At least one rhyme.
We got Lady Libra. What's up, lady? I made sure I told Mike to package up a Dak Prescott one for you. I have one Dak Prescott where he's holding his baby and his girlfriend. I guess that one I can burn, since he is not going to marry her. There's Bry Guy. What's up, Bry Guy? It's been a great day. 49er fan. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Hey, 49er fans. You might have a player we might be interested in. Like, can I hold Fred Warner for you? Can I hold him for you? Logan Motorsports. Shout out to you, Logan. We've got Alan Williams, and we got Gina Dallas Diva. What's up?
Silky, milky, your smile is like sunshine. That's why I had to dedicate at least one rhyme.
Bam Barang, I don't know, Bam something or other. What's up, Bam? Bobby's in the house. I'm not crying about losing Dean, Blankenship, or Phillips. Already knew. Damn. Some of y'all a little salty. There's the dirty, nasty Sanchez there. What's going on? Damn, Tommy. Let's see. Tommy's in the house. What's up? What's up? What's up? Want to make sure I'm missing any of the lovely ladies with the style and grace. Bobby, Logan, Thomas Garrett. What's up, Thomas? Shout out to all you, because I've seen all y'all today, all day long. And we have Football Fanatic. What's up? Great day. So I don't know how you guys are feeling. People are trying to pee on my Wheaties. That's an old saying from when I grew up, okay? People are trying to tell you that Rashawn Gary, he's a bum. He's a bum, right? And I'm sitting here in my mind because Jalen Phillips, didn't the Eagles try to re-sign Jalen Phillips? Didn't we hear that they were working on getting the deal done and he strung their ass along till he got the big payday to go to Carolina? And I'll be honest with you, Eagle fans, I'm going to say it was actually, even though your butt hurt, I'm going to say that was actually a good thing for you because that was just too much for Jalen Phillips. Jalen Phillips has had 1 year where he had 7.5 sacks. Just 1 year. That's it. He had 5 sacks in the last year. And he's got an injury history. And for everybody out there saying, oh, my God, you got to get Jalen Phillips. You know how the highway is always littered with the can't-miss guys that you got to get, that day one of free agency, everybody's getting excited and all that. How many people were so excited? How many people said that DeMarcus Lawrence, when he signed with Seattle, was going to be a difference maker for them? How many people did? Anthony Sports, I'm laying out with nothing but my imagination. Okay. All right, Larry. I see why that was held. Dre Greenlaw is coming home. Okay. I'm laying out with nothing but my imaginary. Okay. So Anthony Sports, you're laying out with nothing on. Okay, cool. I hope you're not laying out with nothing on by yourself. I hope you at least got somebody laying out with you. So I want to say we don't know what we don't know. For all we know, none of these moves work out. None of them move out. Maybe Rashawn Gary, people say, well, he had 7.5 sacks start the season and ended up, didn't get any more second half of the season. Well, some of that might be because Micah Parsons was kind of in and out of the lineup a bit and really kind of took over. And maybe he didn't play as much. Now, for those out there, I want you to understand that Rashawn Gary, he's a big man. you know that Rashawn Gary, man. He's long. You know how big that man is when he's in that locker room, boy. I tell you what, he looks real good. You know that guy is 6'5", 277 pounds. That's a lot of beef that's out there. He can not only rush the quarterback, he can also tackle, unlike Micah Parsons. He's about 30 pounds heavier than Micah. He's a little bit taller by he's got about 3 inches on Micah Parsons. He's a big man out there, and he's going to be beasting with his former teammate, Kenny Clark. He's a big man. He's a big man. And here's what the Cowboys have been trying to do is get guys they're familiar with. Dirty Sense, Anthony, you should try and get naked, bent over in front of the... Okay, wait a minute. All right, we're going to stop there. Nico, how are you, Bry Guy says. Bry Guy, praying for the Eagles, but doing well. I hope you're doing well. The Eagles right now, they're having a hard way to go. I was coming up the road here, and I was listening to Jacob Sports. And, man, I felt like I was at a funeral listening to Xander. Xander had just found out that they had lost Nakobe Dean, and he was not good at all. And I posed a question. This is where I can't wait for Wednesday. Now listen, there's Priest Stop the Cap. A Big Spank Dog, kiss my high yellow hind parts. Kiss it. Why don't you go hang with some Commanders channels? Why don't you go hang with Momo? Y'all go over and do a circle jerk, okay? But for the Eagles, when I did the show last week, and I need to find the clip for that because I need to go ahead and make sure I repeat it on Wednesday. I don't know if the Eagles are going to do anything, but here's what I know. The Eagles have been taking hit after hit after hit. Week after week, it seems, chipping away at it. And I will say the Dallas Cowboys, when I was asked by Dan Saleo if the Cowboys were closing the gap, and I said yes. By definition, closing the gap means you are getting closer and closer. You have to say, and I'm not going to be one of those people because I got Bang Bang Niner Gang says, just go ahead and say it, Mark. Go ahead and say it that you're going to the Super Bowl so that way we can laugh at you. I didn't say, hey, I'm trying to understand, Henry Organ. Just say it, Mark. Mark, say you guys are going to the Super Bowl next year. You won't because you already know that won't happen. And you know that you signed nothing but a bunch of stiffs that won't show up in the playoffs. Stop with the hype. Go Niners. The fuck is you talking about? I ain't say anything about going to the Super Bowl. I am just saying, like Leo used to say, I'm happy about activity. I'm happy that the Cowboys are making moves. Because, see, what you have to understand is, think about 2 years ago when Jerry Jones said, hey, we're going all in. We're going all in, you know. And you had good old no news on Trey Henderson, that 70s fan show, except that he's overpriced and people have concerns about his hernia injury, his core injury, but it's a hernia, okay? That's a sports hernia. So people are looking and saying, you want $35 million a year? You're 30-some years old and you just had hernia surgery? We might want to see it get a physical on that thing. So his number might come down some. So we have not signed him. Mark, we should do a collab together again. Maybe. But, you know, here's what you have to understand, Logan, okay? I'm the father. Who's the daddy? If we do a DNA test on DMV, on E2 Blue, on Game Time Brian, on Leo, on Momo, they're all my kids. Or even Rio. And Philly 500 too. They my kids. They have all been spawned from Jobu Sports. And the thing about the kids is, like baby birds, at some point, you got to kick their ass out the nest so that way they can fly on their own. So Leo is flying on his own. Unfortunately, Momo won't leave the damn nest. Momo come in here and, you know what, I'm sorry, I digress for a second here. But Momo was on the live stream yesterday, and we ended up getting a new channel member who's out driving his tractor trailer. He's excited about being a new channel member, first time in the show and stuff. And Leo, damn. Momo gets offended because the guy's talking and had the nerve, the gall, the audacity to go do a Momo's rant and say, read the room. He was jealous that somebody else was talking on there, and he's saying, listen, when you Tay Cowboys in the house. What's up, Tay? Just a fan in the house. And Jeff Lee, my name is Jeff, had the nerve to say, when you go in on somebody else's channel, you need to go in, have your take, and kick back and let somebody else talk. And I'm like, meat mother humping kettle. Because you don't let nobody talk. Oh, the only time you let somebody get anything in is say, can I ask you something? In which case, then you just go on and on and on. Today, when I was leaving, I had to get back here. And I'm trying to get in, hey, guys, I have to go. And I could not get past Momo. Couldn't get past him. He just talking and talking. I'm like, Momo, shut up. All right. So people are going to try and convince you that what the Cowboys are doing is not worth shit. But I will say, from yesterday to tonight, the Cowboys got better. I will say, from last year this time to now, the Dallas Cowboys have got better. I will say that the Dallas Cowboys have taken and done things now differently by, first of all, from the time the season ended, basically admitted it was a disaster on defense and didn't wait like they usually do. Because here's the problem with the Cowboys. They may have good intentions, but damn, they slow as shit to make a decision. They slow as shit to make a decision. Jason Garrett, you literally let Jason Garrett come to work for a week plus while you were interviewing Mike McCarthy. He literally walked. It was like Game of Thrones, okay? Where girl, they're walking her butt naked down the street, cut off all her hair. Shame, shame, shame. Every day. Shame, Jason Garrett. Shame. People are screaming, dead man walking. Dead man walking. And when they finally decided, let's let him go, they brought in Marvin Lewis so they can get past the Rooney Rule, and then they just brought in Mike McCarthy and said, that's our guy. That's our guy, Mike McCarthy. We love him and his analytics. He's been in a bunker in Green Bay in his garage doing analytics. He's our guy. We're going to hire him. When they hired Everpuss, I know I butcher a lot of names now. I know I do. I know I can't pronounce nobody's name. And you're saying, look, there you go. No, I know it's Everfuss, but his nickname to me is Everpuss. That mother humper, I'm glad he's with the San Francisco 49ers. Good luck with that, San Fran. That was just Jerry Jones. I know this guy. Hey, you know what? We're familiar with him. Let's just. Hey, he used to work for us back in the day. We're gonna bring him back. Bobby, how are you doing? Slow mo man. Jalen Daniels snapped like Slim Jim. Now you know that's just not right, Bobby. But I appreciate you, super chat. Appreciate you, man. Definitely appreciate you taking these down the road. So tomorrow when we're doing our live stream, we'll be giving some stuff away. Okay. And I tell you what, we're going to take some more of these plaques here with us. So that way we're going to be giving some shit away for you guys. And I got some new ideas for some shirts that we're going to be doing. And we're going to be giving some of those away. Okay. I haven't said JJ in Day's house. I don't understand. JJ. Jimmy Johnson? I don't know. JJ. Jerry Jones? The Cowboys. I'm not ready to say we passed the Eagles. Not ready to say we passed the Eagles. But the fact that they went out and instead of saying, Mike McCarthy, come on down, the fact that they said, Brian Schottenheimer, we trust you with what you did on the offense. We want to do the same thing on the defense. It's your show. And the fact that they went through and had, 13, 14, 15 interviews with candidates, unlike the Eagles now, right? Unlike the Eagles who had like 15 or 16 and nobody wanted the job. Okay, there was a difference. The Cowboys said, we'll get back to you. We'll get back to you. Everybody else kind of said, thanks, but no thanks. We're not interested. They've gotten a good coaching staff. And here's what you should love. That Christian Parker, unlike Matt Everpuss said, you know what, I want to bring Sanborn in, sandbags. Hey, I want to bring Sanborn. That's my guy. Let's bring him in. Who? What? He wasn't even starters. James Snyder, Mark, prayers for my mom who's in a nursing home rehabilitation center. Definitely sending prayers your way there, James. I applied to Mark. You applied to me. What do you mean you applied to me? Are you going to come work for me? Love Mark Holmes. I'm in the house. What's up, James? Welcome. Prayers, James. Bobby Facts. Big. I just love. I love Commander fans that come in and just want to rain on our parade. Commander fans, you guys are more inept than we are. You know that, right? You do realize that since the last time you won a Super Bowl, we won 3. And that ain't saying much. That ain't saying much. Still love you guys. I appreciate you being here. So understand, here's what happened is Christian Parker said, I need a big defensive end, Rashawn Gary, that guy. And I need Jalen Thompson. This guy is versatile. He can be your nickel. He can play, he can play your strong side safety. He can do it all. He can play in the box. He's versatile. Yes, Mark. No, we're not. Yeah, Doomsday Cowboys. Mark, what do you think about who got better? I will say, no, the Cowboys aren't finished. They're not finished. Now, the thing I was actually thinking about with Trey Henderson, so that's the big thing, everybody. We get fixated on a named player. We look and we say, oh, my God, he's the best one out here. We have to get that guy. But in the same way, I kept saying all along with the Max Crosby situation, I kept saying we can't put all our eggs in one basket, guys. If you go through the list of situations where teams have traded 2 number ones for a player, Cowboys have been involved in 2 of them. 2 of them. One of them was Joey Galloway, which was a complete disaster. And the Cowboys were on the receiving side of one of those, which was Herschel Walker. For the Minnesota Vikings, they didn't win dick. For the Cowboys, it helped build a team that won 3 Super Bowls that could have won more had Jerry Jones not been a jackass. So from that standpoint, you can't reach for one guy. It's more about having multiple players. And I kept going through the list. I kept saying, listen, currently the best edge rushers that are out there were Myles Garrett. MVP. He had 5 sacks in one game this year. 5 can you imagine that? He had as many sacks in one game as Jalen Phillips had all year. That's how good and dominating he was. Did they make the playoffs? In his career of being arguably the best pass rusher, he's got 1 playoff win. You can say TJ Watt. TJ Watt's been to a lot of playoff games. He's got 0. Max Crosby, the guy that Baltimore gave up 2 number ones for, he's got 0. Micah has 1. And that's it. And if we're looking back right now, if the Packers could turn back time and either choose to do or not do the Micah Parsons trade, I bet you they would look right now and say, maybe we're better off not doing that one. The Green Bay Packers have pretty much lost a lot of talent. Rashawn Gary, Kenny Clark. And Kenny Clark is costing him $17 million this year, mind you. You got Micah, who's got an ACL. Don't know how he's going to start the season. Romeo Doubs is gone. That team, to me, took some steps back. Yeah, they made some trades. They made some moves. But I think they're worse. No to Bosa. No, Bosa definitely. That's the broke-ass dude. He's always broke down. And I don't really like his attitude. I don't think he fits the type of guy that Brian Schottenheimer wants. Cowboys G3I. What's up? I like that. G3I. That sounds like a fast car. Hey, man, what kind of car you got? I got a G3I. Ooh, a Cowboys G3I. I like that. Exactly. When people were signing all the big names and everything else, and then the dust cleared, DeMarcus Lawrence was signed. So I don't see as many of the Eagle fans in here tonight. I guess they're licking their wounds because they've been kind of pissed. They've been kind of feisty. And I think I told some of them, Jimbo and Rob A, to kiss my high yellow ass. Because you know what? They have been up on this high horse that they feel like they're entitled to everything, that Howie will always save them and Howie Roseman will work it out. He's going to end up being able to pay Jalen Phillips and he's going to come back. You know, he's going to be able to take care of, and trade A.J. Brown and get 2 number ones and Jalen Carter for 2 number ones. And we're going to go ahead right back to, DeMario, that one hurt me. That one hurt me. But, he wanted to go home to the Jets, to the team that he started with. Kind of like Calais Campbell did, where he wanted to go back to the Cardinals. Now, he is actually a free agent out there. What's happening? Dallas Cowboys, son of John, what's happening? Tell him, Mark. So, if I'm looking at the Cowboys right now, I have to say the Cowboys stock is going up. They are still trying to get a linebacker. Damn, Mark. Here they come. It's kind of like Beetlejuice. If you say Eagle Juice, Eagle Juice, Eagle Juice, or you say Jalen Hurts is just a bus driver, they're going to come in. You don't know shit. You're an idiot. What's good, Ron? A Mean Metal Mike. Okay. Taco. I hope you're not talking about Taco Charlton. Chris May in the house. What's going on? So this is the calm before day 2. And the sad news, of course, was as I was coming up the road that we heard that Nakobe Dean had signed with the Raiders. The Raiders really trying to do a whole bunch of work. And so Nakobe Dean, 9 picks, how he's going to cook again. Bobby, let me ask you a real question. This is no disrespect. How did your team do in the draft with their draft picks last year? I'm just curious, or I'm asking for a friend. How was the draft last year? And I'm going to say, this is no disrespect. This is no disrespect to the Eagles or Howie Roseman. But see, sometimes you get so good that you figure that you don't really have to try as hard. And you start to slip up. I think Howie's slipping a little bit. And here's the fundamental problem for the Eagles. I'm not trying to make this an Eagles broadcast, but people, why are you always talking about the Eagles? Because I recognize the Eagles are the standard until they get knocked off in the division. And if we want to win the division, we got to take care of beating the Eagles. So that's why I talk about them. That and, Philly 500 is my friend. The Eagles' real problem is they can't sign everybody. They have mortgaged to the point where, it's kind of like if you have credit cards, right? You know how you got a credit card and then you run it on up and then you get another credit card offer and says that you can consolidate and take that credit card and put it on this one, right? And so, okay, you do that and then you charge up the some more money on it and to the point where you can't charge up anymore there, and then you get another offer and you just keep getting in this cycle till you finally get to the point where you have so much debt. They say, we can't give you any more. You're at 95% on your credit cards and you got $100,000 in debt. You're a credit risk now. The Eagles, when they have signed players, they automatically make that first couple of years as low as possible and they push all that money down the road. See, this is where I've been triggering Philly 500 when I say the Cowboys can flip their triggers on players and get cash. And that's the trigger word that will trigger Philly 500. And I will be using that trigger word on Wednesday on the Dan Sleo Show. But the problem is if they go through, they restructured Michael Thomas, who played 250 snaps last year. Clearly he wasn't that big a part of their defense. That's the only guy that had any money that you could restructure. They can only get $6 million out of that. There are no restructures that they can do. So when you go through, The only thing they could do is get rid of players or sign new contracts. And so you hear that they're saying, yeah, it's kind of a proven year for Jalen Hurts that they might be ready to move on. It's a proven year for Nick Sirianni. They might be ready to move on. Vic Fangio, he might be moving on. And so when they said Jordan Davis is we got to keep Jordan. Jordan is great, and his contract's here now. It didn't make sense to me to try and move Jalen Carter because I'm like, he's a top 10 player in the league. I mean, I can't stand him, but he's great. And his cap number is only 6.7. It's not yet. It's not bad. And they have a 5th-year option. AJ, I can understand and say, okay, we can try and trade him, get some cap relief, and get some picks. But now you've gone through and you didn't let the two of them know you're on a short lease. We're trying to get rid of your ass. Lord Nova, thank you for coming on over. Dallas Cowboy for life. Gilly, what's up? Michael, Jordan Davis is a dog. You were right about that. Update on Trey Henderson and Trey Williams, offensive tackles. Williams, they're willing to take a trade on because basically Williams wants about $40 million. And they're like, we're not paying an old ass that much. Trey Henderson is the highest guy that's left on the board. There's concern about his surgery and his age and the amount of money that he wants. So I think teams actually want to bring him in and actually give him a physical. So you may not see anything happen with Trey before Wednesday. He was trying to leave till they threatened to out his cross-dressing flick. What? Tay Cowboys, who are you talking about? Who have the Eagles lost? Oh, my God. Do you have a few minutes? Okay. Here we go. First of all, they didn't re-sign Dallas Goedert, so they really don't have a tight end on the roster. So there's that.
Oh, shit!
Reed Blankenship has signed a 3-year, $24 million deal with the Texans.
Oh, shit!
Nakobe Dean has signed a deal with the Raiders.
Oh, shit!
Jahan Dotson, who they traded a 3rd-round pick with the Commanders, has signed. I can't remember where he signed. He's gone.
Oh, shit!
Another of their 3rd-round picks that they traded for, Jalen Phillips, signed for a $30 million deal with Carolina.
Oh, shit!
I believe that's 5 players. Is that 5? Is that I got 5 on it? Yeah, they've lost 5 players. Now on the flip side, usually I think I was talking earlier about 2 years ago in 2023, when Jerry Jones said we're going all in. We sat here and we watched player after player. We had 13 players that were starters or role players that left, from Connor, Biotish to a running back, Tony Pollard, to Dorrance Armstrong, Dante Fowler, Stephon Gilmore. I mean, we just kept seeing talent after talent after talent. And the only thing the Cowboys did was they brought back Zeke. And what the Cowboys typically do, and I'm going to say that this will be my fireside chat, that the Cowboys have gone from reaction, okay, to being proactive. The Cowboys would get here to free agency and they'd say, okay, you guys go ahead and see if you want to get a deal. Come on back if you don't find something, right? And they'd lose player after player after player after player after player. And then they would wait until bargain basement time to just sign some guys that'll go in here. That's where you get the Jack Sanborns, the Kyler Murrays. Nobody else wanted those guys. Michael, you're smoking crack. Oh, my God. Don't smoke crack. Jerry Jones told Hooker he was going all in. When he did, he thought she was getting what? Oh my God! Turn out she just pooped her blisters. Just popped her blister. Oh my God! Did I miscount? I thought I said N'Kobe Dean. Didn't I say? Okay, 6. I guess I can't count now either. So they've lost a lot, and that doesn't even count the coaching staff that they lost. So instead, the Cowboys, what you noticed this year was the guys that were free agents. The Kenneth Murrays, the Jack Sanborns. There was nobody you looked and you said, "Oh my God, I can't believe we just let that guy." There's nobody. Nobody. Don't read it, Mark. Don't read what? Sorry, I had to delete that one. It had no taste, just a bad smell. Oh my God, dirty. Holly Pierce, what's up, Holly? Jeff, hey, hun. Tay, too late. Damn. That dirty, you is so bad, man. Just so damn bad. Okay, so let me put a poll here. Let me go ahead and give me a second here. Let me start a poll. Let's get this poll in here. Check the pulse of everybody. Almost there. Okay, there we go. We got a poll here. How you feel about the Cowboys? Great. Love what they're doing. They brought in bums, or I need to see more. So we'll see how the poll goes with you guys. Sorry, something I have no self-control. Michael Bro, you okay? Just rebuild. Okay. But I feel good about what I've seen so far. It's been a long day, but I feel really, really good about what we're doing. Carla Bra, we kept checking in on Philly 500, and this was the quietest I've ever heard Philly 500. It was crazy because I'm going to say what happened today has never happened to me before, because usually it's Philly 500. Yes! We got Saquon Barkley. Oh, we're going to dominate. We're going to be so good. Howie Vision. Every day we are thirsty for more, Mark. Oh, Tay.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Tay said she's thirsty for more. Okay. Once they sign a linebacker, we'll be fine. Yeah, and for me, here's where I'm going to still say, this is exactly what I wanted. We've had everybody is saying, hey, let's take our 2 top picks. Everybody keeps talking about taking 2 picks and trying to turn it into 1 guy. I'm trying to take 2 picks and turn them into 4 guys. Okay. Let's take our 12 and our 20 and let's go get Caleb, Downs. Let's go get him. It's like, what? No. Tay has her juices flowing. Oh, shit. Oh, damn, bright guy.
Oh, shit.
I'm like, no, I'm not trying to trade up. Are you kidding me? What is wrong with you guys? And then we have, let's take our 2 number 1s and let's trade for Max Crosby. And I'm like, no, it's too much. I said, you can't put all your eggs in one freaking basket. You can't. That's not what Seattle did. Take a look. They got a lot of really good players. They were strong everywhere. They could rotate people in and out. If somebody got hurt, it's okay. We got somebody to back them up. Oh, shit. Jalen may not have defense to save his butt. Oh, we signed a linebacker. We signed a linebacker. I will be satisfied. We didn't yet, have we? Let me check the wires here. You got me. Cowboys trade buzz for Jalen Thompson and Henderson. Yes, we got. Let's see. Unexpected. Jesus Cruz. Linda Ronstadt. What the hell? That hurt. Oh, true Eagle at heart. Damn. So this came out. Nakobe Dean was offered a similar deal by the Cowboys, but went with his gut feeling and signed with the Raiders per Jane Slater. Okay, you know what? I didn't want your broke down ass anyway. Kick rocks in. Damn. Kiss my ass. Yeah, I heard that coming up the road, too. That's why I was asking 49er fan about that. Now, of course, you're going to have to trade for Fred Warner, and Fred Warner is coming off of the ankle injury that was dislocated, although they said had they been able to make it to the Super Bowl, that he could have been part of the roster. So he should be completely healed. What about trading that second number 2? That number 1 for a second and third. I don't know if I want a second and third for a 1. I could look at saying taking a 20 and trading back a couple and getting a third. We traded back to get Micah Parsons 2 spots, and we picked up a third. So to say you're going to trade a 1, a number 20, and just get a second and third, nah, bro, that's not enough compensation. I know y'all saw the news about Mike Evans. Mike Evans originally was going to go to the Rams, we had heard, but then he swung around and he got that 3-year deal with the 40 Winers and the Bang Bang Niner gang. We waxed his butt anyway. Mike Fisher is a clown. Dean is too injury prone. That's what I'm saying. Question mark. If you have a chance to get Sonny Styles, would you? Sure. Mike Fisher works with the Star. He's always around Cowboy people. Yeah, I'm good, dog. Nick J. Did the Eagles make some moves? Oh, did the Eagles make some moves? That was a joke, wasn't it, Nick? That was a joke, wasn't it? Oh, okay. I'm just checking. Look, 49 fans always clown me, so I figured they're clowning the Eagles now, too. You like my body artwork, Rhonda? Body artwork? Wait a minute. Oh, I definitely wouldn't trade a 1 for Fred Warner. I don't know how well his ankle is. Oh, they better not be trading number 1 for him. I am back in the man cave for only just one night. Yes, I've got to leave early in the morning. I've actually got a bed I've got to finish building here. Breaking news, the Eagles have signed no one. Did we? No, we didn't let any players that we wanted go. So, Mark, what can we do with that second number 1? Draft a good player? Some Eagles moved out. Eagles signed anybody yet? No, not yet. Not yet. But yes, we heard that the Cowboys might be interested in Fred Warner. I don't know what it would cost them. If it could be a pick for next year, that would be interesting. Let me look up Fred Warner. See what else. I was on the road from the time basically I left the 49ers receiving calls about Fred Warner. That was 4 hours ago. Broncos opened the door for 49ers to re-sign Fred Warner's favorite team. Okay, so don't know if that is going to happen or not. But let's Let's listen to
49ers All-Pro linebacker Fred
hear-
Warner suffered an ankle fracture
What this-
dislocation today against Tampa Bay. Let's break this down. Anytime you see an athlete being carted off in these air casts or splints, you can assume that there was a joint dislocation or severe fracture.
First concern here for doctors is the blood vessels and nerves of the tibia and fibula. The trauma and soft tissue destruction can cause bleeding and swelling that can lead to increased pressure in the compartment. This is called compartment syndrome, and it can cut off blood flow to the region. The risk of limb loss is reduced with gross reduction back to its normal alignment.
And we get an excellent example of the medical staff reducing that joint back into place here. A great and timely response that can save the limb. We see Warner plant that
Save the
right
limb.
foot here in slight plantar flexion, which leads to his body weight coming down through the ankle. Now you can see some friendly fire with 27 coming in from the lateral side, and he inadvertently causes an external blow from the lateral side. 27 is coming in from this side
While the foot is planted, this causes the leg to collapse inward, while the foot and ankle is being externally rotated in the opposite direction as it gets caught between the grass.
and Warner's teammate.
This forced external rotation and eversion is essentially the same mechanism as a high ankle sprain. However, instead of stopping rotation here,
You can imagine the ankle continues to externally
Oh.
rotate to the point of breaking the bones of the ankle mortise
Okay,
and
I
subsequently dislocate.
can't watch that anymore. Oh, 49ers getting the job again done against Kansas City Scrubs. Damn, Bobby. Bobby, you're cold, man. Why didn't we trade for Quentin Williams' brother? We wouldn't have to trade for him, Doomsday Cowboys. He's a free agent. He's a free agent. You can just sign him. See, here's what you have to understand is you have your basically today your tier one free agents, with the exception of Trey Henderson, were the ones that mostly went off the board. If you look at the second tier linebackers and things, they're all still there. This is where you start looking for more value. Yeah, the first day is more of the impact players, the big names that are going to go through, the Saquons and all that. It's now kind of going through. People have blown their wads. They got the big impact player that they wanted. Now the real work starts going, finding players that fit your system and really filling out the roster. So the Cowboys aren't done. They're just beginning. F them birds, fly into a tree and look up at the stars, shine bright like a diamond. DaCosta, what's going on? Hey, lady, how are you doing? Devin Lloyd, we heard, there's a couple rumors we've heard that Fred Warner is somebody that they might be interested in, and Devin Lloyd from the Jacksonville Jaguars is somebody else that they may be interested in as well. And so just double checking here, seeing if there's anything else that's happened tonight. Kenneth Murray is trending. What the hell? Let's see. Okay. The Cowboys did a great job exploring the trade market for value adds last offseason with Kyler Elam, Kenneth Murray, Joe Milton, and George Pickens. They've been awarded 2 comp picks. Okay. Okay, I don't know why he's trending. Per Jane Slater, free agent linebackers out there, updates. Dre Greenlaw, no. Devin Lloyd is in the mix, but nowhere close right now. So that's what I've heard earlier was the numbers-wise, he's looking for a lot more than the Cowboys want to play. Quay Walker, Todd Francis' agent, and at least one other team poking around. And Nakobe Dean, of course, signed with the Raiders. So that's where we are. So no Dre Greenlaw and no Nakobe Dean. So Devin Lloyd, Quay Walker are 2 that they're definitely interested in. Okay. All right. So that's about what we have right now. Rashawn Gary. Jason Owens, yes, we got Rashawn Gary, defensive end, big defensive end, 6'5", 277 pounds, had 7.5 sacks last year. Has been. Oh, here's an interesting one here. Let me say shout out to Terrence Parsons, who actually tweeted out yesterday because he was bragging about his Green Bay Packers that Max Crosby had over 950 snaps and had 53 pressures. Here's what's crazy is Rashawn Gary had only like 632, I believe, snaps. He had one more pressure than Max Crosby.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
So there you go. For everybody that says he was a bum, he seemed to do some pretty good things there. So far, great. Love what the Cowboys are doing. Has 48%. So you guys are feeling good about that. I'm happy to hear that. And let me see if I can find this clip real quick before we get ready to get out of here. From Jacob Sports. This isn't the one I wanted, but
Absolutely. Woo, baby. So let me get this right here, man. Hold on here.
10. So I'm just
Here we
I
go.
question that, but they paid him like a 3-down player, Sills, and he hasn't really proven he's a 3-down player. Now, I really like the player, and I like him. I'm happy. he got
Xander
paid,
looks like he's drunk.
but
Doesn't
I
Xander look like
definitely
he's
have
been
some
drinking?
questions on whether he can be a 3-down player or not. And then if he can't, is it still a good deal? Probably not if he can't play if he's not a 3-down player.
Okay, now, so Milton Williams kind of signed basically the same deal, but his was 4 years at 104.
Right.
And he had 63 in guarantees.
Milton did he get 26 or 28? Was it 28?
26. You got 26 annual.
Okay.
It's 26 annual. You think
Yeah,
he's
well,
a
that's
better
very
player?
similar.
You think he's a better player than Milton Williams?
No, I don't. I mean, it's not that Davis is as good at what he does as Milton is at what he does, but the more important skill set in the NFL is what Milton does. So because it's a weighted scale, I give it to Milton. But I think Jordan Davis is as good of a nose tackle as Milton is pass rusher, but nose tackles don't make what pass rushers make.
Well,
You know?
now they do.
Right. Now they do. Now it appears that they do. I don't know. Look, I don't want to, I'm not trying to like poo-poo the Davis deal. Like I'm happy about, like I wanted him to be here. I was calling for him to pay him. It just kind of blew me away. I saw the
Me
deal
too.
and I'm like,
The numbers.
whoa. I saw the numbers and I was really shocked. So, and then Jalen Phillips leaves and that was being talked about that was like kind of a key plan of the offseason, right? The retention offseason. Isn't that what that meant to retain, Jalen Phillips? So he doesn't stay. Boy, big contract for him, man.
30 large.
30 large for Jalen Phillips. I
You
mean, I
couldn't get
understand
him.
why Howie
80 in
was out on that.
guarantees.
Yeah, I understand why Howie was out on that, but still got to get better as a team. Just because you made the right decision and not overpay somebody doesn't mean that
That's right.
you're in a better spot. It actually could mean you're in a worse spot.
We got
So-
another hole to fill.
Right, you could make a good decision and still have
right.
a problem, and I think that's where the Eagles are. So let's see what they end up doing.
Well,
with
this
that.
is part of roster building.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I mean-
Or
that
roster
contract perhaps
tearing
makes
down.
it harder, but I don't know. I'll ask this: if they pay Jordan Davis like a 2-down player, like he's been, and it was $20 million, can you take that extra 6 and get the Phillips deal done? I don't know. I'm just.
They're imploding there, guys.
I think that's a rich deal for when you're in third down defense 69% of the time, and you're taking a guy off the field, and you're basically taking a $26 million guy off the field. That's a tough one for me to swallow, man.
Yeah,
I mean, whew, boy. And again, I really do think he had a good year too. And I get you, man. And I think it started in 2024, Xander, when he started really working out and being in shape, and we saw it at the end of the Super Bowl run. So this wasn't just last year. This had gone on the year before. And, Clint had said it, man. He started getting committed at the beginning of the 2024 season. So I think it's carried over. 26. Man, that's a lot of money for a 2-down guy. All right, so let me go to Jalen Phillips now.
That's a
Jalen
lot
Phillips
of
signs
money.
his contract with the Carolina Panthers. That really kind of
Yeah, the Eagles are not happy right now, everybody. All right, so tomorrow we will be doing I've got to leave here early in the morning. I got to go to the dentist and get my teeth checked out. Still fucked up from my root canals, although the bone is finally back in my jaw. And then get back, and we will probably do an early live stream in the early afternoon. I need to talk to Gabe Time Bryan if he's in for tomorrow or not. But we'll definitely follow through at some point tomorrow with a live stream, keeping up with everything that's going on. And let me say from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate everybody who's been watching, and even the ones that have been watching and hating. You know, I love you trolls. You guys that just have to go run and get pissed off because Mark Holmes said something, or go do a video about how bad Mark Holmes is and how he's not going to be here for long. We ain't going nowhere. But what I can say to all you haters is,
shut the fuck up. Shut all the way the fuck up until you reach the top of Shut Fuck Mountain, where there are no more fuck-ups to shut.
Devin Lloyd just signed with the Panthers. Well, it seems like the Panthers are willing to spend some money then. So the Cowboys have not been able to find their linebacker. So we'll keep working on that. But we're going to turn off the lights because this party's over.
Turn off the lights. The party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night. The party's over. And tomorrow